जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत्र श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन ब्यूटी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत्र श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6, verse number 21 till 23. Gopya samsprishta salila angeshu karayo prithak न्यास्यात्मनि अथा बालस्य बीजन्यासम् अकुर्वत. The gopis first executed the process of achmana, drinking a sip of water from the right hand. They purified their bodies and hands with the Nyasa mantra and then applied the same mantra upon the body of the child. Purport by His Divine Grace. Nyasa mantra includes achmana, or first drinking a sip of water kept in the right hand. There are different Vishnu mantras to purify the body. The gopis, and in fact any householders, knew the process of being purified by chanting Vedic hymns. The gopis executed this process first to purify themselves and then to purify the child Krishna. One executes the process of Anga Nyasa and Kara Nyasa simply by drinking a little sip of water and chanting the mantra. The mantra is preceded with the first letter of the name, followed by Anuswara and the word Namaha. Om Namo Jastavangri Avyat Mam Mano Manimam Stava Januni Avyat, and so on. By losing Indian culture, Indian householders have forgotten how to execute the Anga Nyasa and are simply busy in sense gratification without any advanced knowledge of human civilization. Verse number 20-23. Avyat Ajogri Manimam Stava Janva Athoru Yadno Chuta Katikatatham Jatharam Hayasya Ritkeshavastvad Ura Isha Inastu Kantham Vishnu Vishnur bhujam mukham urukrama ishwarakam Chakri agrata sahagado harir ashtu paschat Tvat parshva yor dhanur ashi madhu hajanascha Koneshu shanka urugaya upari upendras Tarksha kshitau haladhara Purusha samantat. Shukdev Goswami informed Maharaj Parikshit that gopis followed the proper system, protected Krishna, their child, with this mantra. May Aja protect your legs, may Maniman protect your knees, Yajna your thighs, Achyuta the upper part of your waist, and Hayagriva your abdomen. May Keshava protect your neck, Vishnu your arms, Urukrama your face, and Ishvara your head. May Chakri protect you from the front. May Shri Hari Gadadhari, the carrier of the club, protect you from the back. And may the carrier of the bow, who is known as the enemy of Madhu, and Lord Ajana, the carrier of the sword, protect your two sides. May Lord Urugaya, the carrier of the conch shell, protect you from all corners. May Upendra protect you from above. May Garuda protect you on the ground. And may Lord Haladhara, the Supreme Person, protect you on all sides. Purport: even in the houses of the cultivators, who were not very advanced in modern ways of civilization, the ladies used to know how to chant mantras to give protection to children with the help of cow dung and cow urine. This was simple and practical way to give the greatest protection from the greatest danger. People should know how to do this, for this is a part of Vedic civilization. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pamulangati girim Yat kipatah mande Shri Guru Dinataranam Vanchakalpatarasya kapasindhaya chapatitanam upavan Vaishnavibhyo namo namo. By losing Indian culture, Indian householders have forgotten how to execute a Ganganyasa and are simply busy in sense gratification without any advanced knowledge of human civilization. So, Srila Prabhupada over here mentioning about how Lord Krishna, even though the Lord of the universe, even though the absolute truth, like Kanapriya Prabhu was mentioning yesterday, He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata twakta deham puna janma neti mameti so Arjuna. His birth, his appearance, his disappearance, everything, all his activities are transcendental. And that's why he doesn't need any of these protection. And that's why this is the bewildering part of Krishna consciousness. That in religions, other religions, it is very clear that God is our maintainer, is our benefactor. Yes. And He always is. That's correct. But that is only one part of how God is. And that's why Kanapriya Prabhu again mentioned yesterday that Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan feature of the Lord. So, most of the religions, max to max, deal with the Paramatma feature. Yes, the controller. Yes, the protector and the giver of everything, the omnipresent, the omniscient. But the Bhagavan feature of the Lord is rarely understood. It is very rare. And that's why when Prabhupada says that here, this is God, Krishna, we present, people are searching for God, and we are presenting that this is God, Krishna. the Supreme Personality of God, but they won't accept. Yes, it requires mercy. It requires mercy. So, without the mercy of the Lord, without the mercy of the Acharyas, no one can understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And after that, because Golok Vrindavan is a place where they already know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but it is a very minor detail. Yes, they couldn't care less whether Krishna is the Supreme Lord or not. They care for him, for his sweet pastimes, yes, for his protection, to give him unalloyed devotional service. Yes, there is no other purpose for the residents of Vrindavan. And that's why the gopis over here are performing the process of Achmanam and the process of protection for the mantras of the Lord. And over here Prabhupada is mentioning that even the cowherd community, who is not much advanced, yes, like the cities of Mathura and Dwarka, or any other cities like for Kurukshetra, Hastinapur, they also know how to do this. And that's why it's a very weird situation, and that's why Prabhupada is mentioning that without any advanced knowledge of human civilization, yes, without any advanced knowledge of human civilization, people are just doing sense gratification. Prabhupada is mentioning doing Achmanam and chanting mantras as advanced knowledge of human civilization. It is very difficult to understand. For us, advanced knowledge means something which we cannot comprehend, something which is very complicated, like, artificial intelligence. Oh, that is advanced. Yes. Building a plane. Yes. Building a spaceship. Going to the moon, going to Mars. That is advancement in civilization. But sipping, doing simple Achmanam, usually for initiation, the first initiates are told like to do Achmanam, and then most of them don't know how to do it. Yes, it's like you take this, then you have to tell, you take it in your right hand, you chant Om Keshavaya Namah, Om Narayana Namah, and then there is the advanced level of Achmanam where you chant all the 24, starting from Om Keshavaya Namah till Damodaraya Namah, and everything all included for all the protection of the whole body. Not everybody knows. But over here Prabhupada is saying even the cowherd community knows about this. And they are chanting the mantras which I cannot even chant. They are so complicated. But they are doing that for what? Because it's common sense for them that we depend on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They understand that they are not the controllers and enjoyers. Yes. Bhoktaram yadna tapasam sarva lokam maheshwaram. And that's why the most important thing over here is that what do we view as advancement? Do we view advancement as building big skyscrapers? Or do we view advancement as doing simple Achmanam? Yes. That's the shift in the consciousness which Srila Prabhupada actually brought a revolutionary change in the misdirected, civilization. That is what the preface says of Srimad Bhagvatam, to bring a revolution, cultural revolution in the misdirected lives of the current civilization. Misdirected. So beautiful exact words Prabhupada uses every single time. And that's why the purpose of the whole Prabhupada's movement and everything is to bring us closer to Krishna, and at the same time, because to change our view, to challenge our view of advancement. Yes. Buying a big car is a sign of advancement. Buying a flying car would be the sign of advancement. Yes. If you are not up to current modern terms, you are not claimed as advanced. You are called as a village-going person, a simpleton. But a simple person doesn't have to be a simpleton. Yes, that's why philosophy is explained. I used to think that simple means simpleton, but no, a sophisticated person can also be simple. Yes, that does not mean that somebody has to live in a hut. that doesn't mean that he's simple. That is a simpleton. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't understand anything. But Prabhupada is talking about something totally different. Simple living, high thinking. Yes. Why advancement of civilization? Because advancement in civilization means the advancement in consciousness. That how advanced you are in understanding the reality of life. The reality of life is that Krishna is the Bhoktaram. Yes. Krishna is the Paramatma. Aham sarvasya prabho matha sarvam pravartate. He enjoys, he is owning everything. Yes. He is the one who understands everything. He is omniscient. Yes, sometimes religious people, they understand God. They think they know about God, that He is omniscient superpower of everything. But they don't live by those rules. Yes. Very difficult to do that. And that's why advancement over here means to live by the principles that we are, under the shelter of the Lord again and again. And that's very difficult to do. Yes. Once we become, like Prabhu was mentioning yesterday, that a big house, a big this, a big that, Krishna is not going to fulfill our greed. He will give us our need. And why are these things happening in the world today? Yes, it's because of our greed. Because the material world is fulfilled. It's filled, it's complete. How? It's complete in a way that it is going to take us back home, back to Godhead. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. That to expect that there is any happiness in this world is the source of misery. Yes, to have expectation that this will make me happy. Yes. This house will make me happy, this car will make me happy. That is going to be a source of misery. Even though the realization may not be there, but that attachment is going to cause, whether we understand or not. Yes. Whether, if I have any attachment to what I wear, the way I look, tomorrow if that changes, I am going to suffer. Because today I think that I am looking good. Yes. And tomorrow, when I won't look good, and when somebody else is going to look good, then there will be a part of envy, enmity, jealousy, which is going to be a source of misery, which is a fact. Yes. The more we are attached, the more we are going to suffer. And that's why when people get too engrossed in, making themselves beautiful, slowly and steadily, that's why the cosmetic industry becomes more and more popularized and famous. Why? Because of this attachment. That yes, the purpose of life is to become the most and most beautiful. And everybody gets caught in that. Oh, we have to do this because, we have to present ourselves nicely. Yes, we have to. Do we need to? No, we have to. Forget about need to. And that's why these things are not advancement in civilization. They're advancement to the hellish part of the material world, where we become so attached that the misery is just around the corner. Yes, living in the United States and then thinking that yes, our life is so beautiful. It was not that great in India. Yes, in some way, yes. But if it is an attachment, later, if I move back to India, I will always suffer. That, oh, it was so nice over there. Oh, it was so great over there. Yes. Instead of focusing on Krishna, there will be everything else. Even staying in Mayapur and Vrindavan will be a part of austerity. Not just the weather, the mental also. Like Mukunda Datta Prabhu was mentioning in his class, that going to Vrindavan and staying is a very difficult thing. Yes. It is very austere. And we are used, at least I am used to, with the whole AC, with the thing, oh no traffic, oh you have to go, you have to reach on time. But in India it's not going to work that way. Yes. And that's why it actually scares, some part of it. So, that is advancement, how much we are dependent on the Lord. How much we are advanced in understanding that we are not the body. Prabhupada was so simple in that way that he said that if you don't understand that you are the soul and not the body, how intelligent are you actually? It takes tiny brain, small brain substance, a little brain substance to understand that God exists. Little brain substance. But it's very difficult. It's very difficult to do out there. Why? Because we have to have the mercy of the Lord. We have to have the desire to know the Lord. We have to have the desire to understand Krishna. And then only it will work. Otherwise it won't work. Because without the mercy of the Lord, we cannot understand Krishna at all. Yes, we might think that I'm reading Bhagavad Gita, I know these shlokas, I can chant these mantras. Yes. Then somebody who knows all these things, who knows how to do the mudras, how to do, the aartis and everything, we can call it as advancement in civilization. But it is still not that advanced if that person does not know or not realize that he's not the body. Yes. Because just knowing, over here the gopis know how to chant and do all these things. But they also know that the purpose of life is to serve Krishna. And that's why that is a difference between smarthas and Vaishnavas. Why? Because the smarthas are going to focus on only the rules and regulations. That if you don't do this, you're done. If you do this, then okay. But where is Krishna in all of this? Rules, following the rules, yes, that is a need. But do not doing it for Krishna, then what's the purpose? Yes, what's the purpose? There are other, how do you say, like we know the smarthas of Kashmir or anywhere, they're very staunch. They will follow each and everything perfectly. But what's the use? It's ultimately a waste of time. They will be happy in the mode of goodness for so long. They will make a mistake and they will glide into the material world. Yes, the Mayavadis also. They're perfect sannyasis. Perfect in everything. Yes, they will behave nicely, they'll talk nicely, they'll talk about Shastra day in and day out. But what is the use? It is useless eventually. Because if they don't, like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya talking with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he knew everything. Each and every source of what the Vedas say. But he could not understand that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. Gopinath Acharya says that it is such misfortune. You are such an idiot. Because they are brother-in-law. Radha Govind Maharaj explains the pastime very beautifully. Indirectly Gopinath Acharya is saying you are an idiot. You don't understand that God is there in your house. But you are not able to understand. You need mercy, When you have mercy, then only you will understand. And then one might say that, how do you get mercy? By doing all these things. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is the perfect Jnani. He's following the Shastra day in and day out. Does he understand God? No. He didn't understand God. Even though he's following each and everything. Yes. Yes, tomorrow if somebody says that I follow each and everything, I do each and everything perfectly. But the goal is not to please Krishna, then you're not going to understand God how much ever it is possible. How much ever you do, how much ever you don't. We will not understand God. But yes, because the faith is there, that Guru has told, Prabhupada has told, then yes, there is a little advancement. But otherwise there is no advancement. Not possible. Not possible. So Gopinath Acharya is mentioning over here that you simply don't understand. You have dry logic, dry knowledge of the Shastras. Yes? You need to have mercy of the Lord. Jai Shri Radha Madhavan. You need to have mercy of the Lord. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is also very intelligent. He's like, how do we know that you have got the mercy? And then Gopinath Acharya says the same thing. He's like, because I know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. So it goes in the whole loop. But that is a fact. if you don't have the mercy of Krishna, it is not possible to understand that He is God. Yes? It is just not possible. But a person on the other hand, a simple person who has a simple heart, yes, he will understand that Krishna is God. Why? Because his purpose is to serve Shri Shri Radha Madhav Hare. The purpose is not anything else. The desire to serve the Lord, everything comes later. Yes, that's the difference. There are going to be lectures. They were talking about, yesterday you spoke about Raganuga and then Vaidhi Sadhana. The thing is that we think that, it is an elevated position, but the thing is that it cannot be practiced. It cannot be practiced, otherwise it is not called Rag. It will be called Vaidhi. If you practice the angas of Raganuga Sadhana as a rule, then it is a Vaidhi thing. It's not called Rag. And that's why Rupa Goswami and the Acharya say, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. But how do you get it? By trying to please Krishna. By trying to have the desire that I want to make him happy. Yes? And by making him happy, those feelings are going to arise. No, but we need to do it this way. We need to do something very different. We have to just listen to the Panchadhyayas, of the Srimad Bhagvatam. Only listen to Gopi Geet. No other pastime of the Lord. Why? Oh, no, because we are in Madhurya Rasa, And that's why we will do that. But Prabhupada was totally against this. Yes, a Rasika Bhakta loves everything about the Lord. Why? Because the Lord is everything. He loves the philosophy of the Lord as much. Yes, he will love the direct pastimes of the Lord. Why? Because he's in love with Krishna. But the philosophy of the Lord is also Krishna. So he doesn't have a problem talking about it. Yes. Oh, what do we do with this whole scholarly thing? What do we do with the whole... We don't need philosophy. Yes, we are very simple people. But this intelligence was used to deduce that you don't need philosophy. That means you need philosophy. And if you are not using that intelligence to understand Krishna consciousness, then it's an offense. Then it's not going to be progressive, because it is not surrender. It is as simple as that. If somebody is intelligent and he claims to be intelligent and then he uses the philosophy to beat the philosophy down, saying that, we don't need this, then he is making a great offense itself. Why? Because he is not using his intelligence to see and look for Krishna consciousness everywhere. And that's why Srimad Bhagvatam, where you eat from anywhere, is all sweet. And especially the 10th canto. But it's not like you reject everything else. And that's why this is very immature if somebody does that. On the name of that, they are trying to practice Raganuga Sadhana. It's bogus. It will not work out anytime. And that's why advancement in civilization again comes back to the same purpose, that how much are we pleasing Krishna? Are we focused on trying to please Krishna and satisfy his senses rather than ours? And that's why Braja Bihari Prabhu was mentioning that usually when we go to these places of Kirtan Melas and we are in Kirtan and all, he mentioned that it is just entertainment most of the time. Why? Because we feel happy. We want to derive happiness out of it. It is for my own pleasure that the Kirtan feels very nice. And that's why doing it for Krishna is something which is foreign for the conditioned soul. And that's why it requires a lot of practice to change our consciousness by the mercy of Srimad Bhagvatam and by the mercy of the Acharyas. Then we can change the consciousness to always seeing Krishna's benefit. That I want to make Krishna happy. Yes, I want to make him happy, and that is my ultimate goal of life. Whether I become happy or not, it doesn't matter. Very hard, very hard. It's like, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, that itself takes a lot of time. Yes. But at least we should aspire for that. If we don't aspire, yes, if we don't talk about it, if we don't aspire for it, we are never going to get it. That is for sure. That's why some people say that, oh, why do you talk about all these high topics? We cannot even do Trinadapi Sunichena, and then we cannot even do Cheto Darpana Marjan. But if we don't know where we are going, yes, the desire of going there won't arise. And that would be the misfortune. Yes, that because we haven't read Prabhupada books, that means. Yes, because in Prabhupada books it's very clear that if you don't desire, that stage will never come. That spontaneous bhakti, it will never come. Yes, and that's why we have to be introspective in desiring that. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
भगवान कृष्ण को कौन सी मंत्र है?
आपको पता हो गया ना मंत्र, मुझे कैसे पता हो गया? कौन से मंत्र मतलब? इधर लिखा है ना, आचमन कर रहे थे वो। कौन से मंत्र मतलब? 24 गोपीस कर रहे वो?
तत्पर में लिखा है, खेती हरि के घरों में।
हाँ, मंत्रस बोल रहे थे ना, तो वो अगले श्लोक में दिए मंत्र।
श्लोक नंबर 2-3
अगले श्लोक में मंत्र है 23 में, 22 में, 22 में।
खेती हरि के घरों में जो सभ्यता की आधुनिक विधियों में बड़े चढ़े नहीं थे। शियो गोबर तथा गौमूत्र के द्वार मंत्र पढ़कर बच्चों की रक्षा करना जानती थी।
तो वही मंत्र है ऊपर, वो श्लोक है ना, जो श्लोक है ना, अव्याद अजोग्री मणिमाम स्तव, वो जो दिया है ना श्लोक, तो वही मंत्र है, वही मंत्र है। उधर दिया है ना उन्होंने, प्रभुपाद लिखते हैं उधर कि गोपियों ने वो मंत्र बोल के भगवान,
ये मंत्र है।
हाँ, वही मंत्र है। तो वही मैं भी वही देख रहा था कि कौन सा मंत्र है, पर वही मंत्र है जिससे भगवान की
नीचे 24 पढ़ो।
हाँ, 22-23 नहीं, 22-23, 24 में भी मंत्र है क्या? हाँ, 24 में मंत्र है, उसके बाद भी मंत्र, ये सब मंत्र से चालू है अभी।
अच्छा, मंत्र ही?
हाँ, सब मंत्र ही है। ये मंत्र बोल के गोपियों ने भगवान की क्या रक्षा के लिए प्रार्थना किया, नजर उतारी, मतलब बोलते हैं ना हम लोग, तो वही ये करने चाहिए मंत्र। आप रिकॉर्डिंग करो, हम लोग नहीं चाहिए। जय